So it's a 2008 Chrysler Town & Country. The other day I had water running from underneath my dashboard onto the floor mat right there. Thought it was my air conditioning drip line, but I don't think that's it. Today I was driving, made a hard left turn, and I heard a swoosh of water up here underneath the dashboard or below the window. So I'm going to start digging into this area underneath the windshield wipers because I believe that's where it's coming from. I pop the hood and I see water around here. We just had a rainstorm and I think that's where it's coming from. I think the line inside here is clogged. But when I made the hard turn, the water went to the side and came out and it ran down onto the ground. So I'm going to dig into it and see what I can find. Alright, so I've removed these two plastic clips. They kind of look like a Phillips head, but they're plastic. And they kind of unscrew and then they pop out. There's two of them. Next, I have to take my windshield wipers off, the arms off. These are rubber caps, plastic caps. And then I have to take those off. What I'm going to have to do, what everybody should probably do, is mark the exact spot with a Sharpie or something on their window to where their windshield wipers line back up again. Because if you get them out of sync, when you put them back on, it's not good. You can bust them up and it's crazy. So mark those before you take them off. Alright, the windshield wipers don't come off real easy. There's like a tapered spline right here that this is slipped onto and then it's tightened down with a nut. Easiest way I found to get it off, take the nut and don't put it on too far. Put it on about half, 3/4 of the way. And then take and hit it while holding up on the arm. Hit that with a hammer and it should pop right off. I don't have a tripod, so I can't really show you while I'm doing it. Alright, so once you've got the windshield wipers arms off of the shaft here, this plastic housing will come off. Both corners kind of have to be pulled out from underneath the top part of the fender, and then it's easier to just slide it up onto the windshield. And then you can start looking around in here and see what's going on. Okay, so I got my garden hose out and I started to put water in here, and this started to run down this little channel and it came out underneath the vehicle where it should come out. I don't know if you can see it, but if you look way down in there, you can actually see some sort of a screen where that goes into the HVAC unit. So I know you don't want to get water down in there, but this right here does seem to be a separate compartment from this. There doesn't seem like, well, maybe that will go up underneath there, I'm not sure. However, on the driver's side, when I put the garden hose in, it does appear that I have a blockage back on this side over here, because I can see standing water in there. So I need to try to find something to stick down in there and see where the blockage is, and or get the shop back out and see what's clogging it up. So I'm going to do that and I'll get back with you. Alright, so I just started poking around in there. You can see the water. I used a piece of rubber hose. You can see the hose right there. And I don't know what I hit, but it started draining underneath the car like the other side did. So once the water's drained out, I'm going to get in there a little better and see what it is. Okay, once the water drained out, you can see down in there, there's a whole bunch of crap. Dirt, looks like little pieces of leaves that go through the screen or something. But I'm going to get my shop back in there and clean that out because it looks like it's about a 1/2 inch thick. We'll see how that'll work. So lo and behold, I actually took my garden hose, and when I found the drain hole down here in the corner, you can see that there's a drain hole down there, right there. I squirted the water through this area right there, and it washed all that gunk. Once I pushed a push the bulk of it out with that little hose. Got it clean. Oops. And it all came out right down there. Don't know exactly what all that is. It kind of looks like the little gravel off of shingles. And I haven't had this car anywhere near shingles, so maybe it was the previous owner. Anyway, appears to be problem solved. So now all I have to do is put it back together, and we're golden. Just to show you, as you're putting this black piece back on, there's these little clips right there that hook up underneath the windshield. So when you're putting that back on, make sure that goes up underneath there. It will give you a tighter seal of the window, just like that. Got that on both sides now. Now I made my marks for my windshield wiper. If you can see them, right there, there's kind of a glare, so I don't know if you can see it or not. But I took a Sharpie and drew some lines there, and that's right where my windshield wiper blade's laid. Alright, once you get the windshield wipers on, the nuts tightened down, go ahead and put the caps back on. And I learned something once the hard way on an old vehicle. When you put your windshield wipers back on, try them out very carefully. Because if you do have them off a little bit, it can do a lot of damage. So I'm going to turn them on before I start the vehicle. I'm going to turn it on, and if they start to bind, I can just turn the key off, and that actually will stop it quicker than if you just try to turn it off from the switch, because they'll want to actually go all the way back down, and if they're binding or they hit, you're going to bust them all up. So here we go. Well, they work good. I must have done it right. Excellent. Well, I hope this helped. If you have the same problem I had, there was hardly any information online about it, and I just had to dig into it and figure it out. So thanks for watching. God bless you.